but you know, Nigeria was like a bit of everything, a bit of programming, a bit of database stuff, a bit of HTML, you know.
Yeah.
So it was left to you as individual to decide what you really want to do. The hunger was, I needed a master's, right?
Yeah.
As I was trying, I got admission in some of them. Then I sat back again, I'm like, what kind of master's do you need? I want to be where I am
Right now.
with the master's, like, oh yeah, he has a master's student.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I need a master's that will change my life.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, good afternoon, everyone, or good day, everyone. This is the very first episode of Tell Your Story, and the vision of the Tell Your Story is just to kind of, enlighten and give international students that opportunity to listen to people that they were once international students, how they live their lives as an international student, and how they were able to transition from being an international student into being their various full-time career jobs right now. Share their challenges, their opportunities, the opportunities they saw, and how they were able to make the best use of those opportunities too. So it's just an opportunity for me in particular to put out content out there, and for other people to see and leverage on it and see how they can make use of it in their journey, especially being in a foreign land far away from home. I hope that you guys will really find this first episode really amazing, because I have a very amazing person here with me. This person has been of good and tremendous help, not just to me but to a lot of people who have moved from their different places far and wide and been in the United States, and he's always this passionate, supportive kind of person. He's a friend to many, a brother to a lot of people, and I'm so glad that I couldn't have chosen the very first guest on this show than Wole Bankole. He's right here with me. He's a business analyst. I works with John Hopkins, and his journey has been really amazing, and I'm sure you will really learn a lot here. Do you want to introduce yourself, Wole?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Olamide, and I am privileged and I'm glad to be like your first person on this episode, and my name is Wole Bankole, like Olamide said, and presently I work with Johns Hopkins as a business intelligence analyst, and I had my master's at Wole University, and I did management information systems over there. Then after the course of the 2 years, roughly 2.5 years master's, then I got my job at Johns Hopkins, where I'm working right now. And I've been there for like 1 year, 6 months now.
Wow, that's great. Do you want to share a little story about being in Nigeria? What did you do in Nigeria? What was it your first degree?
Oh,
where did you stay?
Okay, so I'm one Ibadan boy like that. Yeah, so I grew up in Ibadan, Oluyole Estate, and yeah, I had my first degree in computer science. I went to Wole University in Iwo. So yeah, I got to Wole in 2007. Then I graduated 2011 at in Wole. So I think I graduated at 20. Yeah, I was 20 when I graduated at Wole then. So like after graduation, yeah, I did computer science, but Nigeria was like a bit of everything, a bit of programming, a bit of database stuff, a bit of HTML,
Yeah.
So it was left to you as individual to decide what you really want to do,
Yeah.
So at that point, even after finishing with computer science, I still didn't know what I wanted to do. Like I just had a computer science certificate, but I couldn't say this is what I wanted to do, So I was just like a young boy out there, just enjoying life, Then I was opportune to get a job with IGI, industrial general insurance.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah, in Lagos. So I moved down from my Ibadan. I moved down to Lagos, a big city. So getting to traffic and things like that, and I was just 20-year-old boy who just want to enjoy life. Then I had to be going to office, doing this career thing and stuff like that. That was grateful because of the job employment stuff in Nigeria, and everyone is looking for a job and stuff like that, and I just got mine on the platter of gold. So when I got to IGI, it was like a practical of the theory I learned in school. I never saw a server room during my 4 years degree. I never knew anything I just had a degree, My programming languages I wrote on paper in class. So I got to IGI, then I met my boss, Mr. Tokumo, is in US now too. So then my boss showed me the server room, was showing me everything, and at that point I had to get a new book. So it was like I was in class again. Exactly. So I had to get a new book, I had to write the server parts and all those things. I had to write step by step. So I did that. So I was just doing what my boss is telling me to do. So I don't even know what my job role was. I was just doing what my boss says I should do, So I never knew if I was a database person, if I was networking. I was just doing a bit of everything over there, the normal routine stuff, how to switch on server, put off server, do backups, I was just doing that and following my notes, But along the line, I think after 6 months, then I realized that I wasn't using my notes anymore.
Wow.
I knew what I needed to do, So I was just doing that at that point. Then later on, systems, there's always changes in systems and things. Then later on, we had to change some database stuff. So at that point, when we changed database stuff, my boss wasn't a database person. It was a networking person. So my boss was what, we need somebody who would come in and be our database person.
Okay.
But the director was what, I have 2 of you in that branch. I wouldn't want to get somebody else to do that.
Okay.
One of you should do it.
Wow.
And my boss is I'm a network person. You are just a graduate, fresh graduate person. You have the ability to learn anything. You know what?
So fast.
Just jump on it. So I was okay, if this is what I'm gonna do to save my job, then I have to do it.
I guess,
yeah.
Exactly.
So I started with the database, talking to the clients that came to install everything and stuff like that. We were doing the stuff. Then along the line, I just grabbed interest in it. I started liking it. So I was actually using the live server to learn.
Wow. Okay. How were you able to? How comfortable were you doing that?
Trust me, I will be in the server room and my hands will be shaking because if this code goes wrong, then everything is wrong.
Wow.
So I was writing codes that I was comfortable doing and things like that. Then I went online. I got this stuff. W3 schools.
Oh yes, that's a great resource.
This is not a paid advert. But it's a really great resource.
Wow.
So I went there. Then before I knew it, I saw everything, the joins, everything about database. And after that, then I told myself now I've grabbed it. Now I can do the little things I want to do on the projects I have. But I still feel I needed more in-depth of this SQL thing. I want to get out there. I want to talk to my colleagues, to my friends that will collect together to talk about database and things like that. So I enrolled for an SQL class, one place in Lagos like that. So I enrolled for that. I did that for I think 4 months.
How much did you pay?
I paid over 100,000 then.
Wow.
Yeah, this was 2012.
Wow.
Yeah, I think New Horizon.
I want to ask you a question. Did you pay from your salary or you?
Kinda. I kind of paid for my salary, but my dad helped me out. I told him what, this one I want to do. Though the man doesn't even know, he doesn't know anything about IT, but he's always supportive. Okay, this is what you want to do. Well, it's fine. you know.
But it's good to have parents that support your dream.
Right.
Sees the value of what you do.
Yeah.
I remember my dad buying my first laptop. He didn't know what I wanted to do. He didn't even understand the program. But it was like, okay, go for it.
That's a blessing on its own. You know? Having parents like, because most of our parents, for our age, most of our parents, they don't know anything about this technology.
Especially around that time.
Yeah, because it was such an 11. Everybody wanted to be a doctor. Even myself, like I left when I was in like SS3, like my final year in high school. Then I was leaving high school with the motive that I'm going out to be a doctor.
Oh, wow,
that was it. Like my chemistry was I was all in chemistry because I knew that if I don't know chemistry, then I can't be who I want to be, you know. So I was just always reading chemistry, but at some point, you know, I just felt like, you know what, is this what you really want to do? Then I looked back. Throughout my high school, I looked back and I'm like, where have you really excelled in all these subjects? And I saw that it's only computer science, it's only the computer we do in high school, which is just we do, but it was only that stuff that I'm always in that class like, no, this period shouldn't be over. Like, let's just keep on doing this. You know, I had that passion for it. So I'm like, you know what? Chemistry, I'm still looking at the time like, you know what? And I was a timekeeper there. I'm looking at that like, I want to go ring the bell, like, let's change this topic. Let's change this subject, you know? So I'm like, I think I have passion for computer science. And I just went in for it. All in for it. And at that point, I didn't even know what I was going into. It was until I got to 100 level, I knew what was called programming. I'm like, do we have to do this? I don't think it's MS-DOS that we just have to do, you know? So, but, you know, with time and having good people around you, you know, you just like develop the passion and just kept going.
Oh, that's good. That's some story. So, learning SQL, then you started getting much better in database. You leave and pursue for your master's degree in United States.
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, like I said, in the first 2 years, I enjoyed what I was doing. I enjoyed the challenge. It was new to me, you know. I enjoyed it. But after those 2 years, the hunger for more came. I wanted to do more, you know. And at that point, I went to Bowen University. It was a private school, you know. I had rich guys in my set. Their parents were wealthy, so their parents could afford to send them for masters in Scotland, in UK, down here in US. Immediately after I finished school. So I was looking at people that I wouldn't say I was better in academics than them, but let's say we're on the same level in academics with them, you know. Now these people who have left Nigeria, they've gone to UK to have a master's degree. Now they're coming back. Definitely we wouldn't be on the same pay anymore. Definitely they would maybe be my boss or something. I don't want to be that kind of guy. I don't want to stay at the bottom. You know? Because I wanted more. So at that point I knew that I needed a master's degree. And the point of realizing that I needed a master's degree was a solution to live in Nigeria. Because when I realized that, okay, now I needed a master's degree, then how do I go about it? Did I try that? Means, I tried to have a master's. I tried to start a master's in Nigeria. I tried Unilag, Open University, you know, Lee City University. I tried, you know, but as I was trying, you know, the hunger was I needed a master's, right? As I was trying, I got admission in some of them. Then I sat back again. I'm like, what kind of master's do you need? That was the next question. I'm like, do I need a master's degree that when I get this master's degree, do I want to be where I am right now? With the master's, like, oh yeah, he has a master's student. I'm like, okay, I need a master's that will change my life. You know? So I was like, okay, if I need a master's that will change my life, so how do I go about it? I'm like, so now, then at that point, till now I think big, you know. Like I was looking at some big shots in Nigeria. I was reading about some autobiographies about some big people in Nigeria, like Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, some big shot, you know. And I realized that most of these guys, at some point, they left Nigeria
to pursue
some things,
higher knowledge
outside Nigeria. Then they came back. You know,
that's substance.
Yes, at that point, I think I had like 9 influential people written down, and I looked at it like, wow. So if I really want to be there, then I think I have to live here.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, okay, if I'm leaving, it's fine. Then the next question is, where are you going?
Yeah, that's another big question.
You know, the next question is, where are you going?
Ghana.
Yeah, exactly, Ghana, South Africa. You know,
they're all good places though.
Yeah, they're all good places. You know, like where are you going? Where is aligned with your purpose?
Yes,
you
that's
know?
the word.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, you know what? If I want to leave Nigeria now, I think I want to go to the UK because I have my sister
in the
UK who I like so much. Like, so I will just be in her house and I'm just enjoying myself, you know, without challenge and anything. So I got an admission in I think Crystal University in UK or something. I can't remember the university. I got an admission over there. So when I got the admission, I was happy and excited, you know. Then I looked at the cost of the money. I was like, I never presented it to my parents.
Okay.
Because I'm sure right now, like if I had presented it, they'll be like, go for it. But in my head, I feel it was like an investment. Because these guys sent me to Bowen University. Roughly, minus your allowances and things like that, roughly they've invested like 3 million naira, 5 million naira on you.
Yeah.
Out of that 5 million naira, how much have they received from me?
Back. Yeah.
I'm like, I really never gave them any big money, like take 200,000 or whatever. I never had it then, you know. So I'm like, I wouldn't want these people to take like whatever they have that they are enjoying their life with right now to sponsor me for a master's degree. You know. So I'm like, you know what? I think I wouldn't go to UK anymore because of that, because I have to pay like the fees before I go to UK and things like that. So I'm like, okay. Then I processed Canada. Too. I processed Canada, you know, I was processing Canada with my friends and things like that. So on the verge of processing, I processed Canada, I processed South Africa too.
Wow.
Yeah, I processed South Africa because I had a friend who has a brother in South Africa. Then that was really going on well and things like that. So I was processing South Africa and Canada simultaneously, you know, and it was going. Then I spoke to one of my friends who was at Bowie State as a then.
Bowie State University in
Maryland.
US,
yeah. Who is US?
Yes, we're both alumni, so we're passionate about the school.
Yeah. So I spoke to my friend and I got in contact with Dr. Dada, who is the director, who is international admissions person over there, you know. Then I spoke to him like, okay, so what are the chances, you know, and things like that. I was like, oh yeah, you can do it, you know. And I had friends who were in US already, having their masters, and I had some like big brothers who were like my mentors in this US too, who had already gone through the international student phase. Okay. So like, excuse me. Yeah. So like, I spoke to them and they were like, you know what? Forget your South Africa, forget your Canada. This is the way. I'm like, okay. Then I spoke to them like to understand what they meant. Then I understood all the processes. I understood the process of F1 student visa from when I was in Nigeria to H1B to everything. I understood the process, and I knew what it's gonna take for me to transition the visa thing and everything. So I was like, you know what? If this is what's gonna take, then I have it. I can do it. You know, because I'm like, yeah. At that point, I think I was 24. Yeah. I'm like, I've worked for like 4 years now, which is equal to the 4 years I spent in college. So that means I have used 4 years not to study. I've used 4 years to make money, to grow my career, to do things for myself. Now, if I go to US, then I would use these 2 years to give him whatever it takes to have a better life. So that was the decision at that point. Then everything just came like so fast, you know, boosted, everything came so fast, understanding people, you know. Then I got my visa, you know. So when I got my visa, then I called my friend that we're processing Canada together now, who I got my, like, wow, so you are going, like, then you have to, then I told them, like, if I'm going to US, then you have to come to, like, you know, well, let's drop this Canada thing. And yeah, Canada is a great place, it's great, you know, but that was the opportunity we had over there. you know. And there was this time which was like a turning point. All through the process, you know, I was talking to God. All through the process, I was like talking to God.
Important factor.
Very important. You know, that was why I could like say, you know what, I'm not doing this Canada again, because I literally heard him tell me like, okay, this is where you're going. You know. Then I remember the day I was going to the airport. When I was leaving my house, I was staying with my uncle. Then when I was leaving my house, his wife, we're very close then, was in the kitchen. Then I went to meet her in the kitchen. I'm like, you know what? I don't even know what to meet in this year's restaurant. The other teacher was like, you know what? Let's go to the airport. You'll be fine. I was like, okay. Let's go. Then I got in the car. Then as my friends were going, then I had to branch out IGI to just like say, you know what, I'm going to the airport. Goodbye. Was just on the way, you know. Yeah, I was on the island. So when I left IGI, I tell everybody I'd buy. At the reception in IGI, this was like years ago, but it's still stuck here. At reception, I knelt down there. And I told God that, God, I don't know how I want to pay my fees, because I told my dad, like, you know what, I'm going, don't worry. Like, because the man was so worried, like, how do you want to pay your fees and stuff like that? Like, you know what, just don't worry. Like if I have any issue, I will call you. Then I'll just have my backup plan. But let me just go and see whatever life asks for me. Then I knelt down at that point and I told God that, God, I don't know how I want to pay these fees. I don't know where I want to live. I don't know how I want to do anything. But I'm declaring right now that I would go and I will come back with my master's. Like, I will go at the right time, I will finish my master's. Wow. Like, if I'm coming back to Nigeria, I am coming back with a master's degree. I will not drop out. You know? Wow. Then at that point, then it was like, let's go. That goal that I had was everything I needed. Like, I got to the airport like my fees were paid already. Like everything, like the boss, you know? Like, I just like go to the airport and I got to US, you know. On getting to the US, then I was always and constantly talking to the people I met here. And that's a very, very important thing.
Constantly talking to people.
Constantly. Every day. I was talking to the people I met here. Though they weren't settled too. Yeah. But
they've been here.
Exactly.
They know something.
You know? And at that point too, you have to be very careful, because I also met some people too who were not doing what was right.
That's another thing. Another thing.
Yeah. So I was talking to the people that I knew from Nigeria. That I knew what they could do from Nigeria. Those are the people I was talking to here. Yes. You know, I had them, I think there were like 4 or 5 of them in Texas then. Wow. You know, and getting to Bowie State, and there's something about information there's something about information and research. Like, it makes you see further. Yes. It makes you see more than you can even imagine, you know. These people, they've done so much research. So whatever they've done, they will just dumping on me. You know, like, oh yeah, you do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, reminding you of your driver's license, like, go get this, go get this, go get your social security, you know, things like that. So I was like really on top of it. So the people I met at Bowie State, who I was just new to, were looking at me like, this guy just came in, how does he know this information? You know? Yeah. How does he know this stuff? How does he know this stuff? And to some level, the information wasn't so much in the Bowie State environment. That was only little, you know, not that they don't want to help you. People really came out. I had people who came close, like, they really want to help you, but they can't even help themselves at that point. You know, they can't even help themselves. So it was some information I was getting from, like, the NSB thing. I got it from Texas. Like,
so NSB actually is National Society of Black Engineers. It's the largest guardian of black engineers. So when we say engineers, we mean people in the STEM program. That is science, tech, engineering, and maths. So that's the largest guardian of black engineers, and big shout out to Nesby. That organization has helped thousands and thousands of minorities, international folks. Yeah, so big shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Nesby, man.
Yeah,
shout out to Nesby. Yeah. So I got to understand about Nesby from Texas. From people from Texas. They like supported me even financially and stuff like that.
So you were not just getting information from people within Maryland where you're staying, but also getting information from outside of it, because you notice that where you are right now, you have limited information, limited opportunity. You need to expand to understand how I need to get
right, because the information we had at Bowie State then, we all knew ourselves. The people I met there, they knew that the information wasn't enough. But there was no way for them to get more information. And I was looking at the lives of, which not disrespectful, I was looking at the lives of some graduates that I was told about there. I don't want that kind of life. Not that they're not doing great, they're doing well, but maybe I want so much from life, maybe I just want it all. But I'm like, you know what? Yes, I see that this person is here, it's fine. But I'm seeing somebody from other place, from like Texas and stuff like that, who is here. I'd rather be with this person than
You're not settling for less.
I wasn't settling for less, So I was just like always in contact with people. Then I was meeting people too, like online on LinkedIn. You meet international people on LinkedIn. You read some international articles and things like that, And there were some things that even yourself, you imagine some things in your head, like, so how do I go further from here? Then you have Google there, you have your laptop there, just open it up, put things in there, put things in there. So with time, I was so knowledgeable about this F1 thing. I knew the do's, the don'ts, and I was like, no, you know what, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, because if I do this, it might affect my H1B.
Yeah, so if I cut it there, coming in here, I know like financial issues are always the top thing.
Right.
And I know you didn't come out with, you didn't get to Bowie State University with a scholarship or something like that.
$20,000 account.
So how were you able to like beat those challenges? Of course, you might have planned like, okay, that might like you didn't. But how were you able to beat those financial difficulties?
You know what? Yeah, I'm a guy of faith. Yeah, I'm a guy of faith, and so while I live in Nigeria, God told me already, like, just go, no obstacles, nothing is holding you back, So that was the backbone of everything I was going to. Yeah, I had people here, I had families here who like promised me, like, when you get here, everything is rosy and stuff like that. Even my laptop, my personal laptop I was using in Nigeria, I had somebody here who told me, like, you know what?
We don't need it.
That shit out, you don't need it. I will give you a new laptop. At the airport, I gave someone my laptop.
Wow.
So I got here and I called the person. I was like, you know what? Things are wrong. So I came here to study management information systems without a system.
That's where
exactly, without a system. So I had to submit assignments, I had deadlines, I didn't have a laptop.
Wow.
Yeah, for my first 6 months, I didn't have a laptop.
Wow.
So then I was staying with my friend Toby. So whenever Toby is done with his assignment, I will just hang around in the house. So when Toby is done, he submits his assignment, and he's about to sleep by 12 midnight.
You just pick the laptop.
Then I'll pick his laptop to do mine till like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. So I have to send Toby, like, Toby, let me sleep now, please. If you want to sleep, just wake me up so I can do mine.
Resume your night vigil.
So I wasn't catching enough sleep. I was never. Throughout those periods, I wasn't catching enough sleep. I had to, like, depend on people who use laptops and things like that just to get it going, And shout out to the people that promised me stuff and didn't do it. Shout out. I love you still. It was part of life. It was part of life. It just taught me, like, like put your trust in God,
No,
and it's only God that can do things for you. You know,
it's not like they don't want to do it, but because things just happen.
Things just happen. You know, things just happen.
Yeah,
which is understandable.
and it's true. And people need to know that even though we live in a developed country, things still happen and shows people of
things
finances
show people
and stuff like that.
Yeah. Things,
so definitely,
things show people, and some people will even tell you that, you know what, I'll do it for you because they believe that maybe you will not get a visa. And when you get a visa, they're like, oh my God, so I have to do this now.
That's true.
You know,
that's true.
So at that point, I had nothing to hold on to except for God is telling me that I'm coming for my master's. I will start my master's and I'll finish my master's. Okay. So like I brought in, I think like 1,300 or something to US. Then my very good friend in Texas helped me out, added some money to it. Then I paid the first part. You know, because Bowie State's stuff is you have to use a semester before you get a scholarship.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, you have to use a semester. So at that point, I think my journal is still there. I open it once in a while and laugh because I wrote those things like 2016. I had something I wrote, you know. So I did computer science, so I knew permutation. I knew permutation. So at that point, I was doing permutation like, okay, now I paid part of my fees. I have to pay like I think $2,000 or $3,000 more before the end of the semester. Okay, so if I pay that money and I get scholarship, then good for me. If I pay that money and I don't get scholarship, then what do I do?
Yeah.
You know, so I was like making plans. I was really making plans then. Yeah, like, so what do I do if I don't get scholarship? Then at that point, I'm like, so if I don't get scholarship, then that means I need to look for a school that will offer me scholarship and I need to transfer.
Wow.
Because I wouldn't be able to sustain both.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay. So I have my friends at Prairie View and them in Texas. I did the admission stuff. I got admission in Prairie View, Texas.
Wow.
Then I walked down to Mr. Barton, who is the international student person at Bowie State, as a dead.
Shout out to Mr. Barton. Mr. Barton, shout out to you.
So yeah, that man is awesome, you know.
Yeah.
So I walked down to him and I told him, like, Mr. Barton, you know what? This is my issue right now. I love it here. I love Bowie State, but I can't sustain it. I have to leave, you know. So I told Mr. Barton that here's my admission. Take my admission. Take my documents. Take everything. But I will call you. When I call you, then transfer me. If I don't call you, don't transfer me. It's like, okay, it's fine. You know, so I was just a call away from being transferred away from Bowie State. Just one call away.
Wow.
You know, at that point. So what I was waiting for was, I was waiting for on my application for the graduate scholarship. So like, okay, if it comes in and I'm denied, bye to Bowie.
Yeah.
If it comes in and I'm in Bowie, you know. So then at that point I was like, you know what, I had to. Then I left Bowie State. I left Maryland. Then I traveled, went to my family's place. Then when I was living in Maryland, then I told my friends, like, you know what, it's head or tail. It's either I come back,
I don't
come back. You know, it's like it's head or tail. Then I had this friend, Tolu was like, you know what, God told me already, you're coming back.
Wow.
Yeah, he told me at the airport. Like, I was already going. He put me, I was like, God told me already, you're coming back, and you'll come back. You know, shout out to Tolu. You know, it was my roommate then. I looked at him and said, okay, no problems. You know, this is not a church thing, but
not a church thing, but
we just have to put God in there.
Yeah,
you know, because
there.
God, if I'm talking about my journey and I'm not talking about God, then I haven't talked about my journey.
You know.
So
for me, I don't feel like there is any way most of us or even any of us could have been where we are if not for God.
Exactly.
God was at the center.
The story was just God. Like, it's just take the glory.
It wasn't because it wasn't because you are good. Like you need to be good and do your stuff, but
if God is not there, if the purpose is not aligned with God's will,
you're
just struggle.
It's over.